My dad died a couple weeks ago. Thank you for your condolences. He was my bio dad, and he was a part of my life for, well, technically a little more than half. But going through his passing and the funeral and hearing the stories of how he's remembered gets you thinking about, you know, how I'm going to be remembered someday, because we all live a finite life here on this earth, and it's only a matter of time. I'm trying my best to delay it, but it's coming like a freight train. It might be slow, but it's unstoppable, and well, it'll hit like a freight train. So, how do I want to be remembered? There was a brief stint in my life during a crazy and wild summer that I thought maybe I could be remembered as the sports guy, like always ready with some kind of game or outdoor activity, ready to go. So I was stocking up on all this stuff and just loading my car's trunk with junk, basketballs and racquetballs and air pumps and whatever, and ran up a credit card and realized what it felt like to get declined. So at the time, maybe I was trying to be the sports guy, but I wasn't being the financially responsible guy. I think my dad was more known as the sports guy. He coached softball and basketball, and he refereed basketball leagues, and that's what he was known for. He was the sports guy, at least to some people here in my community. I'm not trying to fill my dad's shoes. Like, for a lot of people around this area, might have been a little surprised to learn that, oh, Wade had a son? He wasn't really my dad, he was my Wade. So, don't get me wrong, I miss him. I just don't think it's not the same feeling of loss that most children face when they lose a parent. So for that, I'm a little grateful that at least the sting that I'm feeling is less than, well, what it'll be when my mom passes. Back to the point, though. What are you going to be remembered for? What am I going to be remembered for? I've got some talents, some abilities, but probably the thing that resonates with me from some stories I was hearing from my dad, or people were telling me about my dad, was that he was a nice guy, like genuinely nice. There was one person that was telling me how he remembers having him as a coach, and he was one of the few coaches that he had going through grade school that seemed to actually care and like talk to him. And how my dad was just friendly. And I hope people meant it, and that my dad was that kind of little ray of friendship that we all could stand to be a little more like. So if I had to fill any part of my dad's shoes or echo some of his legacy, hopefully it's in that friendliness. All of us can stand to be a little more friendly, a little more considerate, a little more willing to talk to the person beside you waiting in line or riding on the bus. Doesn't have to be much. Sometimes even just to have a nice day as you're walking past. Maybe it doesn't even have to be a statement. It can just be a smile. Look at them in the eyes. An acknowledgement that I see you, I know you exist. And that alone is good enough for me to wish you a good day.